Hey there. Today we're going to dive into a really simple but honestly powerful philosophy for just cutting through all the noise and focusing on what actually matters. It's all about building a calm, effective mind by learning to think in decades, not just days. So let's get into it.
Okay, let's start with a little thought experiment. And I mean it. Take a second and really think about this. If every single thing you did today, every email you sent, every task you started, was filtered through your goals for 5 or even 10 years from now, what would you stop doing, like immediately? This question, right here, is the very foundation of the mindset we're going to explore.
So that brings us right to our first big idea, what it means to truly adopt a long-term mindset. And look, this isn't about some complicated strategy. It's about changing the very timescale that you operate on day in and day out. You know, when your default setting becomes long-term, something really interesting starts to happen. You just automatically begin to question the essence of what you're doing. You're not just reacting to whatever feels urgent anymore. Instead, you're kind of forced to stop and ask, is this actually the right thing to be doing? Is it rational? Does it really get me where I want to go?
And this is the real payoff. Just imagine living in an environment that your past self carefully built just for you, for your own success and peace of mind. You're not constantly putting out fires because, well, 5 years ago, you were busy building fireproof walls. You get to live in this state of calm, just enjoying the fruits of labor you did a long, long time ago.
Now that all sounds great, right? But how do we actually make those smart long-term decisions? Well, the answer is in this beautifully simple framework, a 3-step filter you can pretty much apply to anything that comes your way. Here they are, 3 simple filters. Think of them like a little checklist for every decision or task you face. You just ask, 1, what's the essence of this? 2, is it the right thing to do? And 3, does this help me in the long run? That's it.
So the first principle is essence. This one is all about stripping away the noise. Forget the office drama, forget the jargon, forget all the surface level stuff. Your only job here is to figure out the absolute rock bottom core of the issue. Getting this right is everything. All right, so once you've got the essence, the next question is about direction. Is this the right path to take? And right here really means 2 things. Is it ethically sound, and is it strategically smart? An action has to pass both of those tests. It's how you make sure your methods are as solid as your goals.
And finally, we circle right back to our guiding light. Does this action, which you now understand and believe is the correct one, actually get you closer to where you want to be in 5 or 10 years? This is the ultimate test. If it doesn't, it's just a distraction, no matter how shiny and important it looks right now.
Okay, so we have the mindset and we have the principles. Now let's get down to brass tacks and talk about putting it all into practice. How do you turn this whole philosophy into a daily repeatable habit?
It really is this simple. Before your day even starts, you identify just 3 things. Not 10, not 5, just 3. But these aren't random tasks. They're the ones that made it through our 3-principle filter. And the most important part, step 3. Delete everything else. I know it sounds ruthless, but trust me, it is absolutely necessary. So why be so ruthless? Well, it's because of this old idea. You've probably heard of it, Parkinson's Law. If you give yourself 8 hours to do 3 important things, you'll probably do them really well. But if you give yourself 8 hours to do 20 things, you'll feel super busy all day, but you won't really accomplish much of anything important. Limiting yourself to 3 forces you to focus.
Of course, the world is going to try to pull you off track. It's inevitable. A coworker asks for a quick favor. An email lands in your inbox with urgent in the subject line. The trick here is to have a ready-made response. You just pause and you ask yourself one simple question. Does this absolutely positively have to be done today? If the answer isn't a clear yes, then the answer is no. You politely but firmly refuse and get right back to your essential 3.
So you've done your 3 things. The day is winding down. But the process isn't quite over yet. This last piece is all about making sure you get just a little bit better every single day.
Before you shut everything down for the night, there's one last crucial practice. It's just a moment of reflection, a quick, honest check-in with yourself that really powers this entire system.
This is your daily review. First, it's a simple check. Did I do what I set out to do? Yes or no? Second, an honest look at quality. How good was my work? No sugarcoating it. And third, and this is the most important one, what did I learn? What can I take from today that's going to make tomorrow's 3 things even better?
What you're actually doing here is creating a classic feedback loop. It's often called a PDCA cycle. Plan, do, check, act. You plan your 3 tasks, you do them, you check how you did with that daily review, and then you act on what you learned for the next day. This simple little cycle becomes the engine for your continuous, long-term growth.
You know, if there's one single mantra that sums up this entire philosophy, this is it. By doing less, just those 3 essential things, you actually achieve more. And by moving slowly and deliberately on the right things, you end up getting where you want to go way, way faster than if you were just sprinting around in every direction.
So, let's turn this from an idea into an action. Right now, using those principles, essence, right versus wrong, and long-term, what are the 3 things that truly matter for you today? That's the question I'll leave you with. Thanks for tuning in.